Hi everybody, welcome to this new episode of Biodecoding. Today we are going to be talking about any dysfunction or pain or unbalance that you are actually experiencing in your knees. If you've never watched any of the Biodecoding episodes, I recommend you to watch at least the first one so that you understand how this therapy works, if it resonates with you, if it doesn't. Otherwise, this could be like very strange for you to hear, okay? And as always, my intention is that you think for yourself, that you get to your own conclusions, because I'm just going to try to give you the general meaning, thinking all of us together, but it could be that for you specifically, this means something else, okay? So we are going to try to think together about this area in our bodies, all right? And then you can apply this and see if this resonates in your life, what's going on or not. And if it doesn't, it doesn't, okay? You just keep tuning into your body and what you think that this part of your body is trying to tell you, okay? Right, guys, so let's think about the knees and their function, like what they do, okay? So they actually allow the leg, right, to be flexible, to bend, yes? It also gives direction, okay? Because we need to use them in order to do that. So only with this information, I would like you to pause this video and think for yourself a little bit what it could mean, what conflict you could be experiencing if you are having any problem in your knees, okay? Just try to think about that. And now I'll keep explaining. If we are going to be thinking about examples in life where in the past we had, I don't know, maybe it keeps happening obviously in some parts of the world, but history-wise, there's a king or a queen, and all the population there or people working for there, what would they have to do in order to show, respect, in order to show submission? They would need to bend their knees, right, in front of them. So, and this is actually what? Authority. So I hope that this starts giving you some ideas of what this actually means, like this pain that you are experiencing. Only thinking about that, it means that there could be a situation in your life or a person in your life, or maybe the whole way that you have been in your own life, that involves you feeling that you need to surrender, to submit, to bend your knee to authority, and you don't want to, like it could be, I'll just give you an example, a situation with your boss. It doesn't have to come obviously from the adult life, this can come from childhood, etc. But let's say that you have this boss and this person is telling you to do something that you don't want to do, right? So you could be experiencing pain in your on your knees if you're actually doing it, but you don't want to do it. Because maybe your answer would be like, no, it could be fuck off, it could be many things, but instead of that, and I'm not saying that you need to do this, you are just doing it, but it feels to you that you are bending your knee, towards that situation. It also has to do with pride. Why pride? Because of the same thing. This part of the body has a lot to do with ego, okay, guys? Because the moment that you are feeling that you are less than that other person, or that you have less power than that other person, or that situation, or that you are forced to do something that you don't want to do, this is like an attack, a direct attack to you, pride, okay, /ego /I. So you are going to have a lot of conflict with you, with your pride, with what you think how things are, with how you think that things have to be, with what you think that you are and how you have to be and how the others have to be. And this is like just so your ego, okay, because we know this is not actually you, this is your ego, the identity that you have built up through your own life, right? And it has to do as well with stubbornness. So you would feel that the way of doing things is your way, okay? At the same time, you are aware that other people maybe have other ideas that can actually be better than yours. And you want to move into that direction, but that's the thing. It feels like you are losing yourself, or that you are giving your pride away, that you will be resistant to do it. So let's say that, they are building a house and you are part of that team, and you think that what they need to do is put, all the bricks on the right side. But then this person, maybe this is a new person, which actually could be like already a trigger for you, because maybe this person could actually become even your boss. So we would see as well, the authority figure. And this person says, you know what? Actually, if we put the bricks on the left and we just put these pieces over there, this is going to save us like 2 hours or 1 hour, from all the time that we are going to spending. So you see it, right? And let's say that in this case, you are actually the boss. You see it. You know that this person is actually right, and this person has had a better idea. But since this is like an attack, okay, to what you think, to what you have said, this is going to be like what are the others are going to think about me, if I let this person, say that, etc. So even though you are going to say no, let's go with that. But that's the thing, inside of you, you are already feeling resistance. Why are you feeling resistance? Because a part of you has acknowledged that this other guy was actually right, and that idea was actually better. But you can do it. You can do it because you have this program within you, so you can do it. Okay? So now I'll try to be like more general with things, so that you can see where this could be applying into your own life. Because obviously this doesn't have to do with work, this doesn't have to do with, it could have to do with work, but not only that, we are talking about like even more personal things and more like emotion-wise perspectives. So let's see that there are events happening in your life that are going to mean changes. Like, for example, your son has found a partner, and you know that this partner is going to be part of your life now, and maybe this person is going to be living in your house as well. This implies changes, and this implies that maybe this person is going to start changing things that you have put in certain places. Or it means as well that instead of having breakfast for 1, we are going to have breakfast for 3. So this is going to imply as well you having to make some changes. And just now I'm just talking about physical changes, like instead of serving, 1 coffee, you are going to be serving 3 coffees, okay? So you'll need to start changing this. So you'll start having to change the way of how you do things. But not only that, the way that you are feeling is there as well. Okay? So maybe now you feel that instead of being so quiet in the morning, because this is how you are going to have to be more talkative. Why? Because there are two people now living with you. And let's say that you are actually a shy person. Okay? So this change is going to happen, yes or yes. So you see it. This is happening. But that's the thing. You are, maybe because this is scary, guys. Of course this is scary. Any change, in fact, feels at the beginning scary. Why? Because we don't know what's going to happen, where this situation is going to lead us, okay? So it feels scary. The other side of the coin is, if we are in alignment, how exciting! I'm going to have, my son and his partner, and, all the new adventures that, are ahead of us that I'm willing to discover. But maybe the first tensu is like, ooh, this is scary, because what am I going to do now? Is the house going to keep like I like it? Are they going to be paying, for their bills as well? But apart from that, there are like these internal changes. So you are resisting to that, because this is going to mean you having to change the way that you are. So in your mind, okay, I'm not saying that you are doing this on purpose, because this is like a program that it's embedded in your body for some whatever, situations that you have lived and you have learned to be this way. So in your mind, you actually understand the situation, this change, what they are going to do. You do understand that. But inside of you, because you are maybe feeling scared or whatever, instead of going and flowing in that direction, you are actually resistant, to that, and resistant and resistant and resistant. So going there is actually painful for you. Making these changes is painful for you. And somehow inside of you, you could be feeling that you are losing yourself. You are losing your identity. You are losing your ego. You are losing your pride. You are bending your knee. Okay? This is how it feels like inside you. You are inflexible. You become rigid to this situation. So this is what I'm trying to talk about, guys. Now that you have, plus that, this boss or this person or whoever telling you the things that you don't want to do, and somehow because of the circumstances, you are doing them, but feeling like no chance, I don't want to do that, but having to do it anyway. I'm talking about all these situations, future situations that might be happening in your life or coming into your path at some point in your life, and you pretend to go with them without changing how you are. And this, guys, is impossible. This is just impossible. So situations in life require us to change, and nothing is wrong there. I don't say that you need to change every time and you need to be unfaithful to your values and how you are. What I'm saying is that life means flow, means perpetual change. Guys, you can't deny that. You can't tell a tree, don't change, it's autumn. No, stay with your leaves, on your branches, because I don't want you to keep making the changes. No, guys, this is happening. This is nature. This is life. Okay? So for us is exactly the same. So there are strategies or ways that you have been your whole life that maybe are not working anymore. So I just would like you to pay attention to that. If you are experiencing pain in your knees, I would like you to ask these two questions. One of them, what is it that I am trying to justify just now? Okay, like what am I trying to resist just now? Because this is the thing. You will try to give an explanation of why you keep being the same way, or why you need to keep being the same way when this situation or circumstance is happening. So what are you trying to justify about you regarding this situation, okay? And the other one, what don't you want to bend your knee or your knees to just now? And remember, it doesn't have to be a person, it doesn't have to be your boss. It can be just a situation, just a change, just, anything that it feels for you that you are in submission state. But this is not true. You are not in submission. You are just experiencing a new situation that maybe requires you to make some changes, because of the situation. Like what I'm saying, maybe you are a shy person, but maybe now the situation requires you to be more talkative. And now guys, if you have seen any of my videos where I'm talking about the shadows, about the mirrors, sometimes this is what your inner self wants. Like maybe you are always like so shy, like so introvert, and there's actually this part of you that wants you to be more talkative, more extrovert. And whoa, look, just now you've got the chance to do this with these two people in your house. And now that you have this situation, no, you don't want to do it, right? So think about that. Think as well about why is it so difficult to not be so tight to your ego, because if you're experiencing that pain or, the illness, whatever in your knees, it means as well that you know that this change is good for you. You know that this change is good for you, okay? But what you don't want to do is change this way that you are. You don't want to change your ego. But look, the price that you are paying for not wanting to change that, and not fully change. We are talking about like just a small change. All of us need to make some changes, and especially if the situations that we have in front of us, or the people that we have in front of us, or just now in our lives, are something like good for us, or that are helping us to evolve, or to be more the person that we want to be. So what I would say, guys, is it's okay, to be stubborn sometimes. It's okay to give that voice to your ego. It's okay to be the way you are. There's nothing wrong with the way that you are, okay? But try to be aware as well if the way that you are is making you feel very inflexible with people, with life, with circumstances. Try to think about this, because when we become this rigid, we are like not flowing with life. We are not flowing with ourselves. We are just not flowing, so we are just blocking the way that energy works. Energy is in movement all the time, the way that our lives is, the way that our beings are, okay? So there are parts of you that are actually really part of your nature, of how you are, of how you have decided to be in this human experience. But there are all these parts of you that aren't. And maybe you have now this person or this situation or this circumstance in your life because of this change that you want for yourself. So apart from the two questions that I recommend or I suggest you to ask yourself, the way that you could be approaching yourself with this, first of all, is with self-compassion. Okay, like, right, okay, I'm trying to be again, as stubborn as how I've been, all these years. Okay, there's a reason for this. And guys, the reason for this, of course, can be found through, a therapy, etc. We know that. But just for now, okay, there is a reason why I'm this way. Okay, I'm aware of that. Good for me, because before, in the past, I wasn't aware of this. What can I do different this time? Okay, maybe instead of, just saying that, yeah, I'm the one who is right, or just, no, this time, I'm just going to listen what this person has to say. Okay, this idea is better. Good. Because that's the thing, guys. You are seeing life with all these filters that other people are not. And so this is like sometimes what it means when we are being more aware of how we are and our thought process, because for someone else, just being in that situation where someone else is having like a better idea that is going to save time, for someone else is going to be like, wow, cool, let's do that, like team effort, maybe I came up with the idea of doing that. Now you are helping us like to save time. Now someone else is going to help us to change the colors, and this is going to be more beautiful. Fantastic, like team effort. This is not going to feel to someone else like, oh, this guy is trying to steal my authority or my power, or trying to show the others that I am less than. Okay? For someone else, it's like, oh, cool, nice idea, maybe you can help me with someone else, what I said. So it really depends on which filters you are using or you have, that you have been using, to see life. So the point at the end is like trying to just observe and just to discharge the situation with all the thoughts and the emotional charge that it has. But in order to do that, you need to be aware of yourself. You need to be aware, like being honest with you, like, what is it that I'm thinking? Why am I feeling this way with this situation? Things like this, guys. Otherwise, you will keep being like so tied to your ego, to your pride, that you will still be like so resistant, so unflexible, so rigid, and this is going to keep causing problems in that area. Okay? So apart from the self-compassion, like all these questions, acceptance, that's a big one as well. Acceptance, like, right, okay, this is what's going on. Okay, this is reality. Yeah, this change is going to happen. Okay, what can I do now? What can I do different? Could I feel excited for this instead of being judgmental about this situation, about these people coming to live with me? Or, I don't know, maybe I'm into a new relationship, and this new relationship means as well that instead of me thinking about me, now it's good as well that I'm thinking about someone else, right? Because I am with someone else. So, okay, this actually requires me to be less selfish, which is one of the issues as well that could have to do with your knees, like I was saying. Okay. And you know what? Actually, it's good. Because yes, this part of me wanted that. This part of me wants to be in a relationship. Okay, guys? So, yeah. I think that's it for today. If you have any questions, just write in the comments below. If you have found this video helpful, please share. And if you have liked it, well, like it, and please subscribe to my channel. And just as this last reflection for this video, the bamboo trees, like they are in fact standing up, okay, rigid, at the same time that when the wind is, hitting them, they move and they never lose their essence, okay? So if anything, try to think of the bamboos trees, okay? I love you guys.